Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the awesome Mosin Nagant Model 9130. It is the classic Russian/Soviet arm that served throughout the 20th century. And this powerful weapon takes the equally powerful 7.62 by 54R rimmed round. Okay, obviously this is a reproduction. It's a 22. It says 22 LR only, but come on, if it takes 22 LR, it takes 22 shorts, right? It is single shot. That looks like it's a magazine. That's no magazine. That's just a little springy thingy to hold one round. We're going to start with some Remington 22 Golden Bullet shorts, because we love shorts, because they're tiny and pointless, like me. Now that does not cock the gun. That loads the gun. That will kick out a shell. That cocks the gun. That's the only thing that's a little bit goofy about this rifle in my estimation, but there's probably a reason for that. But let's shoot a couple shorts. Well, it sort of kicks it out. Maybe that's why it's 22 LR only, because that extractor did not kick out that round, that shell. But that's okay. It still works. Sort of, and it doesn't really want to load either. Yeah, not designed for shorts. I can see that. Got to be patient. Yeah. I think that's the reason it's for 22 LR only. But that's not going to stop us from shooting more shorts. The shorts are fun. Nothing's going to stop us from shooting shorts. It certainly doesn't have much recoil because it's a pretty big gun for a 22 LR. Let's shoot some LRs as well, because that's what it's designed for, and probably they'll work better. It does have very nice sights. It's got, it's a very accurate reproduction, extremely accurate reproduction. And it even has a little hole in the top of the the shrouded sight. What is that hole there for? Is that to let in light? Is that to let it breathe? I don't know. Someone will let me know. If there's anything I've learned from doing this channel, is that there are a lot of people out there in the comments who are smarter than me, and a lot who think they're smarter than me. All right, some LRs now. Well, I can feel that a little as being a little more powerful. I get a little bit of a rush in my face when I do that. And I'm speeding them. I get the feeling this could be very accurate if I were trying to be very accurate. I will try now to be very, very accurate. Ready? Here I go. So accurate. Maybe. All right, let's do one more LR. Still more convenient than black powder. You know what else I've got? I've got some 22 LR quiets. Shh. Don't tell anybody I've got these. I got these because I thought I was squirrel hunting at one point, because there were squirrels that were, I was trying to grow corn in the middle of the woods where I am, like an idiot, and the squirrels were like, oh, well, thank you for the corn. So for a period, I waged war against the squirrels in my county, and they won. But I got these quiets so I could hunt quietly for them, and they wouldn't know when I was shooting at them. Let's see how quiet they are. I can tell that's quieter. I got hearing protection on, but that was relatively quiet, and it did not kick that round out at all. That one. Okay, well, this is not an LR. This is a quiet, right? It's still an LR. All right. I know this is not very exciting for you. It's fun for me. I'm going to do one more quiet, and then I will put this down for a minute, and we will talk about it. So quiet. Okay, let's talk about this beastie. Oh, there it is. And we will come back and shoot it with something else. Okie doke, it is the Keystone Arms KSA 9130. It is a replica of the Mosin Nagant Model 9130. Keystone Arms is a company from Pennsylvania. It says where? Milton, Pennsylvania. And actually, they have the Soviet star that is on the real ones, and they have the little Keystone emblem in the middle of there. Some love went into the creation of these things. This is really cool. Keystone's been around since 1994. They put this out in 2019, and this was supposed to be the first in a series of 5 reproduction famous battle rifles that they were going to do. They were going to do an Arasaka, the Japanese one, and a model 1903 Springfield, and I think a Mauser. At the moment, all they have on their website is this, the Model 38 Mosin Nagant, which is a kind of carbine version that was made to not take a bayonet. And also they made the Springfield Model 1903, which looks a little goofy to me. It's got a weird sight business doohickey sitting up here on the top, kind of awkwardly. But they definitely put some care into these, and the wood on these is beautiful. And they're all made in America and all that good stuff. And I got the proper cloth strap to go with it, just because you gotta. I do have, it's a perfect reproduction, except for, of course, the sight and the bolt. That's the only thing I don't like, is that I wish they had made a real bolt that actually cocks it, but to cock it, you got to use this thing, which makes sense. This is Keystone, makes Chipmunk and Cricket arms. Also, they are, kids' starter rifles, 22s, and that's the mechanism they use. And so I'm sure it keeps costs down, and I appreciate this. This MSRP'd for $399. I think I got mine for $339 in 2020. My son has the full-size model 9130 Mosin. I've got the Model 40 M44, which is the carbine version that has the folding bayonet, which is cool as heck. This was the first gun I ever bought, and I will not talk about it much because I love it, but I want to do a video about it. But just to show you that this is a very good reproduction. Keystone says on their website that the development, design, and production of these iconic military rifles were done to reflect on and teach history to the next generation. And it's definitely good for that. I did shoot some 22 LRs from my good old bucket of bullets, the Remington ones. I shot some Remington Golden Bullet 22 shorts and some 22 quiets, which are also long rifles, but they are much quieter than probably the longs and the shorts. And in doing research for these guns, before I talk about them, and I do some research a little bit, I don't just pull all of this out of my butt, I promise, it might seem like it. I would always read that all these 22 rifles and pistols will fire 22 short, 22 long, and 22 long rifle. And I only recently realized that 22 long is not the same thing as 22 long rifle. And I actually found some, at good old Midway USA. 22 longs are a little bit shorter than a 22 LR. Not much. The bullet is obviously smaller, and there is a smaller charge. I mean, this case is a little bit smaller, but it looks almost the same. And I understand that 22 longs first came out in 1871. They were a black powder round. Forgive me if you know this, and most of you do. 22s are rim fire. That means that the primer is in the rim, and so the firing pin will hit the rim, and that's what sets it off, as opposed to center fire rounds, where the primer is in the center, and that's where the firing pin hits. This is a 303 British round. And supposedly the LR is better in a rifle, and the long is just as good in a short barrel pistol. But I'm kind of surprised these still exist. But they still make them, and they're cheap. There's $13 for 100. That's 13 cents per round. Well, I mean, why bother making those? That's wonderful to me. Okay, that's all I want to tell you. Let's go shoot some longs and see how we do with them. Parenthetically, that is a Magikarp Pokemon card. You probably weren't able to see it. I'm sorry. It's kind of stinky to put it there and not let you see it. That's what it is. Magikarp. Okay, we're back. And we're back with that. And I did get some longs, 22 longs. What is the difference? Not much of a difference. Smaller bullet, less powder, less pew, I'm imagining. Harder to load up into a LR rifle. All right, I got a different target for this, so we can really measure how much better or worse they are. Well, it kicked out nicely. Long. I can't believe it's taken me this long to learn about longs. See what I did there? Let's do 2 more longs, just because they're brand new to me. They smell different. Can you smell that? Can you smell that? They smell a little different. It's not better or worse. It's just, it doesn't smell as rifle-y as the LRs. Or as short and stubby as the shorts. Okay, 1 more long. And then we'll see how we did, because I know you're dying to see how we did. There we go. Okay. Come on out, little long. Don't take long. Okay. Let's see how we did. Well, yes, it's a rifle from a very short distance, and so we did pretty good. There's our LRs and our shorts and our quiets. You can tell which one's which. The shorts fell short down here. The quiets were up here, and the LRs are right here. How do I know that? I don't. I'm just making that up. And the longs, no, I mean, probably not a whole lot of difference between the, at 7 yards distance, I can't imagine, but really, really sweet little gun. Very, very accurate reproduction. This would be a great kid's first gun. That's what this company does. Maybe this will be my grandson's first gun. Maybe. Are his parents watching right now? Not for a few years at least, probably. He's only 7. But really, really nice gun. Love it.